Hey guys, it's me, Maggie. I'm back. I know I skipped yesterday. I'm sorry, but I won't lie, I forgot it was Labor Day. My husband had the day off, so I went and spent it with him. So I may move the window decals further into the week. I may not, we'll see. But today I'm gonna go ahead and start working with some creepy cloth, which I'm sure you probably already know what that is because it's at the Dollar Tree every year. So if you don't, it's essentially just this long piece of fabric that has a bunch of holes in it. It's very easy to work with. It adds a really nice spooky Halloween effect, and it always comes in black or this off-white color, so you can choose what's best for your space. I went ahead and picked up both just so I could play around, but traditionally you just see it kind of thrown over artwork or furniture or whatnot, which I am gonna do some of that, but my big thing for it is I actually wanna make a full-blown sort of like curtain to kind of close off that doorway, that open doorway into my living room. So that's the plan that I'm really gonna work on today. I am also gonna give you guys some like additional tips of how you can make it look creepier, other uses you can use for it besides the traditional sense, and then just kind of spookify the rest of the place and kind of tie it all together. So that's the gist for today. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right on into it, okay? Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 here, and they're the standard creepy cloth that I'm sure you've seen, but in case you haven't, it's just kind of like this really netted fabric that usually comes decently even. But my first tip is really just to start putting some holes into it just to make it a little bit more aged, which you really do not have to do much to. Don't use a lot of pressure or anything like that. Just kind of slowly pull some of the netting apart. But when you do this, it looks a lot more tattered, and you want that sort of tattered look. You don't want that clean, even netting. This is a good start. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this to all of them now. All right, tip number 2 is just using your hands and your fingers and essentially clawing through the fabric like you see me do here. This will make it look nice and tattered and very old. Okay, so now that I have about 6 of these kind of all torn up, I'm gonna start putting them over on, or kind of forming my curtain, I guess you can say, and then I'll know if I actually need more. But quick little tips before we get into that. You could actually use this for obviously what we're doing now, making a curtain. You could hang this from your ceiling to have a really cool ceiling effect, especially like if you can't put that into your budget, that's fine. Get some creepy cloth and kind of drape it down. That would be a really cool effect. You can hang it on existing curtains, especially if you have like the clippy rings, you know what I'm talking about? If you have the clippy rings, you can kind of put these on it to add additional texture to your curtains and a little bit of dimension and color. You could obviously put this over your furniture, like you could use this as a runner on a table or over your dresser or my heater, which I probably will do. You can use this within a centerpiece, like you can wrap this around some pumpkins, maybe over some pumpkins. That would be fun. You could also, if you're into Nightmare Before Christmas, like me, that's how I decorate, you can use this as kind of like garland on your tree. So keep that in mind because you need to buy it now before Christmas comes because it will be long gone. But you can do a lot with this. You just kind of got to think outside the box. You can do more than just throwing it on some furniture, okay? So let's go ahead and start making a curtain. I'll stop jib-jabbing. it's all done. My curtain is made of 9 of the creepy cloths, the off-white ones. And I think it came out pretty darn good. I like that it's separating my rooms, but I can still see through it. So my space still seems rather large. It doesn't feel small and completely closed in. So I do like that. Honestly, the only real tips that are for kind of making the curtain is varying your length, overlapping them, and then adding kind of those claw mark moves just to add a little bit more visual interest. But other than that, it's pretty easy. It's just hang it up, you know? Easy peasy. You can't get any easier than that. The rest of the cloth that I had, which was all the black ones, I just did the traditional thing and I just threw it over furniture and threw it over some of my artwork. So that's easy too. All of this was easy, honestly. So I highly recommend, again, if you're on a budget, to go pick up some creepy cloth and just kind of experiment and play around. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video too, you could do a ton of this. You could put like a bunch on the ceiling and create kind of like a canopy feel. You can do the curtain thing, the traditional thing. You can make a pillow. You can wrap candles. You can make a centerpiece. You can use it for a Christmas tree or a Halloween tree. You can do a lot. Just think outside the box a little bit. Maybe go explore on Pinterest, all right? So that's it. I don't have much to say about this. I will see you guys tomorrow, guaranteed. Don't worry, I'm not gonna miss another day. So I will see you then, all right? Bye. This could actually make for a good costume. Why did I just say that like that? Oh my God, okay.